Hi guys, so in this video I'm going to do another tutorial on the Tonic Studios Exquisite Censer. This was sent when it was the designer's choice a while back, and I already have an original video on that one, so I'll link in the description box if you want to check it out. But today I'm just going to do a quick little box. These are the tags that go to this stuff. Just to show it to you guys again, it is in the Tonic vault sale. It's going on right now, so I'll have it linked in the description box along with the vault sale sections and like the whole section, and then like each individual thing that's available as far as designer's choices or craft kits, or however they're separating out. I think they still have to do the magazines and some other things. So but for now, those will be affiliate links, which means I'll make a small commission if you purchase items to those links. What we're gonna do is just something simple and quick, and I think on the Tonic site this is like $5.99 right now until it sells out. Hopefully it doesn't sell out too soon, because I want to get this video out there. And then probably the same on the UK site, right around the same pricing. This is a designer's choice folder, which I just remember I should link in the last video I put out. I like to keep all my designer's choices together. I have some of the other orange folders, and I'll just put on the outside like Stamp Club or Showcase or whatever. It just depends what's in there. But that one is specifically light blue for the designer's choices. So I did grab some paper already. I've been wanting to use this 'Tis the Season paper that I picked up recently. It's gorgeous, and I chose the smaller 6x6 because that way the perspective, will be smaller. Oh, this is so pretty, you guys. And we're just gonna pop it on there. So in the last video I did initially, I used, all the different pieces, right? The outer, the inlays and all kinds of stuff like that. So this time we're just gonna make it quick and simple. And you guys can refer back to the other one if you'd like to see that video. But basically you're gonna need this guy. I'm gonna take this off right quick. Okay. And we're gonna cut two of these out, and I believe they will both fit here on a standard A2 size paper. It's 8.5 by 11. I'll give you a quick measurement on this guy because this is a big boy. It's 7, let's say, and 3/4 inches tall, and then I'm trying to see if I can find the widest points. Just over 5 inches wide. Okay, so I'll cut two of these out. Again, I believe I can get them both on here, especially since it's 5 inches, and that's 10. This is 11 inches, so that's great. And then we'll go with these pieces. So clearly you have a front and back. You're going to need two of these. And generally if these come with instructions, they'll come with your designer's choice. A lot of times I get samples, so I don't have the instructions, but sometimes I do. Again, super simple. If you want to cut this prettiness into this, you would include it now. Like when I run this through, I can pop this on there. And maybe I'll do it for this one just so we have something a little fancy. So when I tape this down, of course, I'm just going to hold that down with some tape. Sorry, kind of dropped that a little bit hard so that it doesn't move, right? And I usually tape it down in the other areas too, just okay. And trim it down if you need that for your machine. And then you're going to need, if you want, you don't have to, but if you want to decorate, we have this guy, we have the inlay for the front, this large piece, you have the side pieces, they can all be decorated. So I think I'm going to wait on that just a minute, even though normally I would just get them ready. But you have the inlays that say like with love. This one just has a gorgeous pattern. And then you have this other little piece that you can pop on top of that. You have all these like little inlays you can cut in, just little flowers you can decorate with afterward. The word thanks that has a background piece to it too. All these little pieces that can fit into like these areas if you would like to decorate all those areas. But for right now, let me cut this base twice, and I'll be right back, guys. And this is some new Spellbinders paper. Again, it's their cardstock. It's a really nice heavyweight type cardstock. Oh, look at that. Perfect. Okay, so we have those two. Actually, I'm just going to place this back on here. And I probably will take a minute. Emergency vehicle, always passing. On one of these, we are going to cut away one of these little tabs, and the other one we're going to leave it. So it's up to you. Which one you want to cut away. I'm assuming you probably use the same front and back paper, so it probably doesn't matter. But one of them we will cut a tab, and I'll just cut it right now. In my previous video, I cut the whole thing. I remember doing that because it was early on with Tonic, and I was like, oh no, there probably only needs to be one, but I left it in the video because that's what happened. But you can do that. I mean, if you want to just cut that whole thing off and make it easy, you always have the one. But I'm going to go ahead and leave two little areas that are nice. So all I'm going to do is I kind of bent it, but I'm just going to come in here and cut this off, okay? Because you only need one clasp, basically. So this guy, when this is created, it's going to fold over inside of here and clip in there. Okay, so like I said, I'll probably just take the pretty papers. So I do want both of those. We'll need 2 of those for the front and the back. 2 of this guy. And then again, you know, what all decorating do you want to do on the very sides? Some of the sides are going to be a little bit different. We have this guy that goes in here, and then this piece that goes in here, and then these guys, you know, they're just there, those little spaces. And then you have all these little corner bits if you want to pop those in. So I'll think about those for later, but for right now, let's go ahead and cut these larger pieces. And then I'll also come back with everything. Oh my gosh, look how pretty that is. I already found a piece of paper I want to use. I mean, again, this is Christmas paper, but this is just such a pretty pattern. Oh, I love that. You know, I think I'll go with this one. And so whatever I can get on this one piece of paper, I will. You know, however many pieces, try to conserve it. And just flip them around. I think I'll get everything on this one piece, no problem. And run those through. And then I will also, and during that time, is go ahead and train this up. So we have all these score lines. And we can keep them flat, you know, tape down or glue down everything. But we're basically going to do that. These are going to go in like this. If you kind of follow, you're going to kind of have an idea of what these guys want to do. So something like that. You know, if this is in like this, those are going to pop out. It's going to hold on to that next piece. This piece is interesting because it does glue to basically the other half of that arch. But, you know, that goes in. Okay. And then this kind of arches in. So I'm just training it with my hands, but it does have like a little bit of a rounding kind of to it. There. And then that guy. Again, just a little bit rounded. I'm just smoothing that out. Well, this guy goes in, this guy also goes in. So I'm giving them the slightest training. And actually, since this whole line can go in, you can just kind of do it all at once. But it's going to end up popping out here. And this guy also kind of comes in. And these for sure go in, right? These bottom tabs. So something like that. Just giving it that shaping. I'll do the same thing with the other one. We are going to flatten it out again once we get our pieces down, but I'll be right back. What I came up with to get it on this 6x6 piece of paper. I still have plenty of areas if I decide to use some of the other smaller little kind of matte pieces, we can do that. But for now, I just was getting these larger ones. Of course, I'll do this all together in a minute. So I'm going to take a moment to go ahead and glue these down just so that they're on there. A lot of times I decorate things afterwards, but this does have a lot of like little, if you're going to do these pieces that go in here, you know, it's kind of tucked back and it's easier to do it when it's flat. But I'm just going to go ahead and just glue these down. Of course that goes there. And I'll glue this piece right in here. Right, I'm just kind of eyeballing what would be kind of center. It looks like it has about 1/8 of an inch border kind of all around. And then one of these guys here. Okay, so I come back, I'll have all those glued down. Okay guys, so we have our pieces here. I just recalled as I was scoring these, this actually needs to come up because it's going to tuck into this one, right? So it needs to meet it there. And same thing with this piece, so it's up like this, okay? Which I think I did, but okay. So, how you want to glue this together, it's up to you. I'm going to start with these tabs. And so I'm putting my little glue in here. I'm doing a good amount. What I recall about this one is that there's a lot of tension in there because just the way the box has so much structure. So I'm going to glue this down. And again, you don't have to do this stuff up in the air. I think a lot of times the reason I hold things up is so I don't get glue on my surface. But, you know, I end up getting glue on my surface anyway, so there we go. Like I can look on the back side. I'm putting it right, you know, let me show you. To the opposite side, you know, to the right here of this score line, right? Because you don't want it to impede this thing scoring, but you do want that on there. So there it is. Did I get it a little too far over? Yeah, a little bit. I'll bring it back over this way. I'm really going to let that set up. And then this guy. And I always like to use a wet glue, like I say, unless you tear it, it's not going to come apart. But you see already, just getting these two together, it's already wanting to kind of take shape. So just keep those guys together right on that score line. And I'll be right back. Holding together now. Just takes a few seconds, especially with your Nouveau Deluxe. Luckily I found mine. Hopefully they'll get some back in stock soon. Okay, so I'm taking a moment to really kind of crease that. And then this guy comes over here. And again, we're going to tuck that right in there, just to the right of the score line. You can't really lay it down again because of that structure. It's not really something where you're going to be able to, or at least I haven't been able to. What you have to do is just meet them up right there and there. There we go. And I'm holding it from the inside and on this outer piece. And again, just to this, you know, the closer side to you of the score line. You don't want to put it on top of the score line or to the left of it. You want it on this side. So I'm going to hold that for a minute because that is going to have more tension than this side where we were able to kind of hold it flat for a while. I'll be right back. Kind of turn these out a little bit so I can get my finger in there better. Alright, and now this piece. And get it away from there. Just line it up nicely so that those curves match up nice. And again, just to the right shallow side over here of the score line, and I'll hold those together. Okay guys, so we have this, looks something like that. All we're going to do is basically put the bottom together, but to do that I'm going to take a moment to kind of go around, reestablish these little lines here, because they're going to really come in to create this box. So just really folding that again, making sure it doesn't get stuck behind there. It's going to all come together just from closing up the bottom basically. So again, there's that. That goes up, this goes back. These guys are going to go in like this, okay, when we get there. Alright, so down here, if you look, these two match up perfectly and they cover each other up really nicely. You have all this extra stuff. What happens is these guys are going to come in. Now you got to squeeze them in. That's kind of why I was training it again. And center it right on one of the panels, and then the other one too. So we're going to do that. And what I'm going to do is just put glue. And let's put glue on both sides just to have it ready. It really is gonna, let me move these things out of the way, I don't want to squish that. So if this was down like this, this guy's gonna come in just like that, straight across. Okay, I feel like I gotta do this all at once, but let's just pretend. And I'm gonna put glue on here too, just so I can get it all trapped at once. So like I said, there's a lot of tension here. So that guy's in. Just like this. This guy's in. Just like that. Now you can hold it one piece at a time as long as you have it here and it's centered. And what I mean by centered is this piece right in the middle of these two guys. So of course I use the thickest cardstock in the world, so it takes a little bit longer. I'm just going to hold that side for a little bit, just keeping it together. Same thing with this side. Once you get one side, it gets a little bit easier. You're going to stick that down. Again, try to center it, and then when you bring this guy over, he's going to keep it all together. I'm going to get this close to my body, sorry guys. So I'm basically just keeping it all together. I don't know how to better explain that. And I'm just going to hold it, because there's, again, a lot of tension. This is all kind of, everything that's up here, you're squishing it down to this little space right here. So I'm just going to hold that, and when I come back, my glue should be held, and you can make adjustments. So if you're looking and you're like, oh, you know, this needs to be a little bit further to the back like that, okay, then do that. And if I look at this side, oh, maybe this needs to be pushed in a little bit more, so do that. And that's it. Okay, I'll be right back. Okay guys, and I'm still just holding it, so I just want to show you, once you have it in place, like I look left and right, like up and down, I like that, I like the way it's tucked in, left to right, just holding that. I can go in here and maybe bring in a bone folder just to make sure that it's all coming together. Again, I use wet glues, that's why it takes a minute, I have to hold it, but if you want to use a combination of like wet glue and liner tape, you know, liner tape will hold on really quickly for you, and then the wet glue will be there for the longevity. But I'm just kind of tucking in at the bottom there, just pressing that down. She looks really nice. Okay guys, I think we're done with the glue. So that is the basic box construction. And then when you come through here, you can just straighten this out again. These guys want to tuck in. These guys go in here like this. So I'm just making sure we still have that really cool look. And I think I might have mentioned in that first video, a censer, if you're familiar, they use things like this for like incense, like if you go to Catholic Mass or anything like that. So that's why, to me, it has a very just awesome structure to it. Again, did you want to put in, you know, some other bits here to decorate the sides? You can definitely do that. So all you're going to do is push this in. You're not gluing anything here, it's just pushing it in to close it up, basically. So again, really nice paper I use, so I'm using that structure to really help. And then this pushes in over this side, and then it clips in, right? So there's that. And then this time I did leave both sides, so it looks nice on both sides. You don't glue that unless you want to glue it shut, but I don't think you do. But there it is. So generally it would have like a chain on it, and then they go around with the incense, and that's why, you know, you have all these inlays with like all the little holes and everything. It looks really pretty. For today I just went with this look of the matting. I am probably going to add the little mats here and here, which would be this guy. And then again, you have the ones for the inside pieces too, if you would like. And I know I have space in here that I can go ahead and find to use 1 6-inch piece of paper to decorate the whole thing. So thanks for watching, guys. I hope that gave you a little info on how to use it. Again, I will link the initial video, the original video there. But I do want to show you, I know on that one I also measured it. From the height of like the clasp down is about 5 inches, and the widest part is almost 2 inches. At the very base we have about 1 inch by 2 inches, which is so interesting because, like, you know, it's so nice and wide up here. Like this is almost 3.5 inches wide, and it goes down to 2 inches here. So alright guys, thanks for watching. I'll have all the different vault sales there linked. I'll have this linked and the original video linked for you guys. And I'll see you guys. I'm putting this stuff away. I remembered I wanted to mention at the very beginning I showed pretty much my collection there of designer's choices. And I do want to mention that the binder is actually on sale right now on the US site, at least that I know of. I think it was $9.99. So I'll link that too for you guys. I always like that just because I see it and I know, oh, those are my designer's choices, you know. But okay, alright, thanks for watching, guys. I'll have images coming up. I'll have the links in the description box, and I'll see you guys at the next one. Bye now.